Drone technology has continuously been revolutionizing our lives. A team at the University of Minnesota, headed by Biomedical Engineer Ben, succeeded to create a brain-computer interface. Subsequently, cameras have been incorporated into drones which have helped in exploring new areas which otherwise could not have been accessed. Today we'll be discussing the weirdest things which were captured on camera by drones. But before we begin, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, or else we'll be sending a drone to persuade you. World's largest cemetery. Wadi al-Salam, or the Valley of Peace, located in Iraq's Shia holy city of Najaf, is the world's largest cemetery. It spreads over an area of 3.54 square miles and is believed to contain millions of human remains. It is especially respected by the locals as it surrounds the mausoleum of a cousin and son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad. The cemetery has been in continuous use since the 7th century. It is expanding at a rapid pace. The burial of human remains here is carried out in one of the tens of thousands of crypts, mausoleums or catacombs. Some of these can accommodate up to 50 sets of remains. Due to the Iraq War, the situation in the cemetery has been worsening, especially the cost of burial. It's reported that at the height of the Iraq War, up to 250 bodies were buried at the cemetery every day. Scarcity of land led to the immense hike in the cost of family burial, reaching about 5 million Iraqi dinars, which is about $5,000 in US dollars. The Glory Hole. The gigantic Morning Glory spillway of Lake Berryessa Reservoir in Northern California, measuring 72 feet in width and 246 feet in length, was purposely designed to drain away extra water accumulating in the lake as a result of unusual rains in the area. It was expected to be used just a few times in a century, but it has been used for the second time for draining water within a period of 2 years, as the water level was raised due to weeks of continuous rainfall in Northern California. The impressive sight of water flowing through the drain reportedly inspired the locals to wax lyrics about the water pouring through it. Some people related the gushing water of the spillway's bell mouth seems to be a toilet being flushed, whereas others opined it resembled a giant whirlpool or an amazing inverted fountain in the lake. Recent dramatic footage and images show the circular spillway, called by the locals the Glory Hole. Mind-controlled drone. Various technology companies have been working on developing drones that are linked to the human brain. They've been busy for years on projects for producing brain piloting drones interfaces. Presently, their concept has reached a prototype stage. It's based on a sensor-equipped pilot focusing on a computer screen with many shapes on it. Simulators that provoke a reaction in the eye instead of the PC's camera registering ocular responses are embedded in those shapes. These ocular responses are picked up by the sensor strapped to the user's head, which is transmitted as a command to the drone. The sensor looks for the signals emitted by the user that comes through the eyeball, through the brain, and then to the visual cortex. It's not classical mind control, rather the pilot actually glares at an icon corresponding to the desired command. When the shape realizes it's been eyeballed, it issues a brief order through the brain and the drone follows it. Florida Goblet. The Florida Goblet, or CANDELABRA, was discovered by Google Maps. The unusual shape is formed by the plantation measuring approximately 1,600 feet long and 770 feet wide, coupled with 3 lines around 42 feet wide depicting the leg of the goblet. The tree plantation is so massive that its peculiar shape cannot be judged while looking at it from the ground. However, when seen from above, it looks like a goblet with a crown at its top, and to some it seems to be a chandelier. It's located in a rural area approximately 7 miles away from the city of Florida. The best way to observe it is to use the Google Earth tool, which made it famous on the internet. It can also be viewed from a plane or even through a drone camera. This Uruguayan eucalyptus clump is in reality a cattle brand rancher that owns the land where the trees have been planted. It's believed that the plantation was carried out about 50 years ago, but its shape became familiar to the world in the 2000s. It comprises just less than 24,000 trees. Sasquatch shakes tree. This footage taken by a drone shows that some powerful creature is attempting to tear down a massive tree. People believe that it is an iconic creature known as Sasquatch. Reportedly, during the last about 50 years, there have been over 10,000 eyewitness accounts regarding the presence of this creature in the continental US. For about a century, cryptozoologists and amateur photographers have been attempting to find the missing link. Mostly, Sasquatch is described as a creature of 8 to 10 feet tall and covered in hair. Folklore traces the phenomenon back to the cultures of indigenous people with a reclusive man. However, mainstream scientists deny the possible existence of Sasquatch, but few relate it to originate from an extinct giant ape. Starbucks order. At the end of July 2021, a video was posted by a TikTok user showing the delivery of a Starbucks order through a drone. The footage has been viewed millions of times. Another YouTuber stays in his bed and sends a drone to Starbucks for retrieving an order. In the TikTok video, we can see that coffee was delivered in a bag bearing Flytrax, the name of the company that manages drone delivery in North Carolina, focusing on food. Flytrax is a Tel Aviv-based company delivering goods from different locations to customers. Recently, the company has intimated regarding getting FAA clearance for expanding its services. Customers can download an application, browse through restaurants and place orders. Payment can be made via a credit or debit card on the app and select a preferred drop-off point to pick the order. Robot services have become more common in major cities, whereas drone delivery is still relatively uncommon. Drone in space. One home hobbyist, David WINDSTAR, recently released a video of his remote-controlled glider reaching the edge of space. He managed to send the glider attached to an Army surplus weather balloon filled with hydrogen, which rose to a height of 100,000 feet and can be seen slowly descending back down. It was launched from Sweden and had an extreme sports camera attached to it, which provided amazing HD footage of the complete trip. He had to take care of important aspects like the temperature dropping below freezing point during ascent that needs to ensure the proper functioning of the electronics, batteries and servers. Its footage has become an internet hit. Giant graffiti. Guillaume Legros uses the pseudonym SAPE, formed from the contraction of say and peace. He used it in graffiti from an early age. He was born in Belfort, France, and is now a renowned fresco painter. He specializes in urban art and land art using biodegradable paint. SAPE spray paints ultra-realist street images of local people onto the grass. He works on a gigantic scale, covering large swaths of fields and mountains. He's developed homemade biodegradable paints. He started painting graffiti at the age of 14, and his works were displayed in the studio when he was 16 years old. He works on grass painting and ephemeral land art. His artwork disappears after a few months due to different factors. His new project relates to spray painting a series of interlocked hands across the lawns, stretching over hundreds of square feet in major cities in the world over the next 3 years. Flying baseball coach. This Japanese baseball manager is known for his antics on and off the field. Recently, he made a stunning appearance at the Sapporo Dome when he arrived at the stadium flying on a futuristic black vehicle, in other words, a hoverbike. The coach dressed in a red jacket and flew a hovercraft over the stadium for a minute. His fans watched him in awe when he walked towards his team. The former baseball star has been appointed as the head coach of the Ham Fighters team in Japan's professional baseball league. His team failed to get off to a great start. Worst traffic jam ever. Recently, drone footage recorded the worst ever traffic jam, which took place on 50 Lane, a 1,412-mile-long Hong Kong-Beijing-Macau expressway in China. The people were moved back to Beijing after the holiday. Reportedly, some travelers took about 3 hours to pass the toll stations. Astonishingly, approximately 750 million people in China were on holiday on this occasion. The route serves the cross-country travelers in the eastern part of China. The traffic jam was caused by a new checkpoint on this motorway. This incredible footage was widely shared online. Loneliest tree. You can see an amazing, seemingly loneliest tree growing out of the pristine white salt island in the center of the Dead Sea, where the salt concentration is 10 times that of the ocean. The tree is located within swimming distance of the beach of this Israeli resort. The island is a natural formation with dazzling white salt-like sand surrounded by turquoise water. Actually, this tree did not sprout here, rather it was installed by a local artist. Loch Ness Monster. Over the decades, there have been numerous rumours regarding the presence of a strange creature in the waters of Loch Ness, Scotland, but very scant evidence had been available to back these claims. This footage from Great Glen River shows that the Loch Ness Monster has been caught in a 4K video taken by a canoeist drone. A mysterious black shape can be seen on the banks of the lake in Scotland. Dark Nessie-shaped shadow wriggles as the camera gets closer. There was no driftwood in the vicinity. The shape resembled the previous sightings of the Nessie. The first sightings believed to spread rumours about the modern Nessie came in 1933 as a local newspaper carried a story regarding a local couple claiming to have seen a gigantic animal rolling and plunging to the surface. Human-shaped town. Centuripe is a small town on the island of Sicily in the province of Inner, having a population of 5,000 inhabitants that was photographed from the air by a drone. It revealed the five-pointed shape of the town, which bears an uncanny resemblance to a person. We can see 4 long stretches of buildings jetting out in different directions like human limbs, and the 5th stretch represents a head. This type of urban plan is called paleobiate, which means that various branches extend in different directions from the centre of the town. The area has become a tourist destination. A local drone operator first observed the similarity of the town with the human body while seeing the town on Google Earth. The shape of the town has been likened to several things, including a person, a 5-pointed star, a swallow with spread wings, and Leonardo da Vinci's Venturian Man. Turkey sinkhole. Sinkholes are believed to be a global phenomenon that's caused by different reasons. An extraordinary appearance of sinkholes recently observed in Turkey's central Konya region is believed to have resulted due to rapid loss of groundwater caused by the drilling of underground water by farmers for irrigating their fields during an approximately 3-year-long drought. Sinkholes frequently appear in the central agrarian belt of Turkey, which in the past served as a food basket for the country. Researchers have recorded over 2,200 sinkholes in the region. About 700 sinkholes are deeper than 3 feet, and the largest are hundreds of feet deep. In combination with sinkholes, large cracks measuring up to 5 feet in depth have also appeared. Historically, the area used to grow much of the wheat required for the country, but in the recent years, farmers resorted to more water-intensive crops like sugar beets and corn, which forces them to drill deeper in search of water. Hence, they primed the ground for a looming collapse. Shade balls. Preservation of water and maintaining its good quality is an important task. Officials in California have devised a clear solution. They release shade balls in large numbers which miraculously float over the surface of the water reservoirs, helping in slowing down evaporation and preventing sunlight from reacting with chemicals found in treated water. They released about 96 million of these magic balls, which played an important role in improving water quality in California. Shade balls prevented water evaporation in Los Angeles, resulting in estimated savings of approximately 290 million gallons in a year, enough water supply for 8,100 people. The city has been resorting to this practice for over a decade over the city's biggest water reservoir. These shade balls are made of plastic, high-density polythene and carbon black to protect the plastic from the sun. The carbon black also acts to prevent bromate forming, which is considered to be a carcinogen to humans. This process may seem a bit weird, but it can help in preventing drought. Which one of the drone discoveries did you find the most intriguing? Do tell us in the comments. We'll be back soon with more amazing and informative content. Until then, have a great time. Goodbye.